I'm loving it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What up? So I'm back. So I'm here to do episode 6 of season 4 of Love and Hip Hop, Ratchet. Well, this one starts off, and the reason I say Ratchet because it starts off ratchet. Okay, so we start off with Mama D, Lil Scrappy, and you know their families and baby and Mama D's ex-husband and whatever, all at dinner. Now Mama D, Mama D's trying to. Her ex-husband got out of jail, for those who people don't know, and he went right back to her. Like he got out of jail and came right back. But Mama D was the one that put him in jail. So the Mama D's like, I want to get married, blah blah blah. But the sister's like, Scrappy's sister's like, he's an opportunist. What man do you know who get out of jail and go right back to the woman who put him in jail? He's an opportunist because Mama D's got a little one song and she's on Love and Hip Hop, so she's getting a little money. I know a lot of men that women will put them in jail. They'll stay in jail, they get out, and they come right back to that same woman because that woman, takes care of them, stuff like that. So I can see it. I can see her being right about you're an opportunist, but at the same time, I could also see, even if Mama D didn't have money, I could see him going back to her just because of who, the kind of relationship they are, the type of people they are. Now, the daughter, what tripped me out is when she was like, I don't like him. Mama D was about to fight her daughter. So that's why I call it Love and Ratchet, because I mean I barely hear music, so I don't know where the hip hop version is. The hip hop is coming in at Love and Ratchet or Love and War, something. It's not Love and Hip Hop. But the next scene we go to Struggle Donna. Her name is Prima Donna, but I mean I don't know why she's on the show. I think they're trying to beef up Joseline's side, but they're adding weak people. Then they got that girl. Last season, that was Dawn, the booking agent that was working with Steve and Joseline, but she turned to them and started working with Mimi. Now she's trying to sign one of Mimi's artists, and I'm like, why is she there? But immediately she said she was having an event and she was inviting Mimi, and she was inviting Nico and his wife Margot. So it's like, oh, I see why Dawn is there. Dawn is there to be the messy bitch. I see why Dawn is there. Okay. We flash to Stevie getting released from rehab, which is a good thing if he's really trying to be sober and not do the crazy stuff he does. But this is Stevie J. And let's not forget, Stevie J is connected to Jocelyn Hernandez. So it's not as if, you know what I'm saying? You get where I'm going. Like, it's only going to last for so long. Speaking of Nico and Margot, we flash to them. Side note, Nico's ugly. He looks like that thing from Ice Age with the teeth and the big head and the big eyes. Anyway, back off the side note. With Margot, I don't know how I feel about her. She's either three things. She's either being used by the show, like by Scrappy, by Mona, by the show, whatever, or she's playing her role of being this innocent, I don't want to be a part of this, or she's doing both. She's playing a role, but at the same time they're using her in some aspect. So it might be both. So we'll see later on. Later in the episode, I'm gonna tell you why I think she's just playing a role and she's not Miss Innocent Victim. Jocelyn, we flash to her. She's doing a photo shoot as a bride, and Stevie is the groom for some magazine, and so Stevie was getting released, so he went to the photo shoot with her. They so nasty. Jocelyn talking about, oh yeah, I can't wait to get that beefcake. Why? We didn't know all that, Jay. We didn't know all that. But the monkey girl. Oh my gosh, she looks like a monkey. I can never remember this girl's name. She was the pregnant one. Her name just slipped me. Anyway, she comes in and she was saying her husband Kalina. That's what it is. I'm sorry, Kalina. Kalina comes in and she was saying her husband was saying how he wants to dump all their money into a club. Apparently her and Jocelyn are cool because she's filming with Jocelyn, and it turns out her husband is cool with Stevie. So I was like, okay, you have somebody who can relate to Jocelyn, which is weird because Kalina originally came on the show as what is her name? Rashida's best friend. So, yeah. So, what was I about to... Oh, so her husband's opened up a club. Now, they're saying he wants to open up the club with the guy who Stevie went into business with last year and opened up a club. And Jocelyn's like, oh, no, don't do that. Now, put the brakes on. just to give a little history and a backstory, if you notice in the episode, they keep referring to the guy Stevie went into business with last season and the business closed. That guy's Benzino. If you notice, they never say his name. They only say that guy or that man or the guy Stevie was working with. It's because of the lawsuits. Benzino had a lawsuit against them, so they were not mentioning him or allowing, or going to give him any kind of sort of more fame or anything. So we all know they're talking about Benzino, but they never state Benzino's name due to the lawsuit because he tried to sue Mona Scott Young, who's the creator of Love and Hip Hop. He tried to sue VH1. He tried to sue the production companies. He tried to pursue everybody and lost. Basically, he was just bitter that he lost his job. So once he lost, all he could do was blast him on Instagram, and don't nobody follow him, Benzino. I know I don't. Anyway, so yeah. We go to Kirk and that girl Ashley. She gives funny commentary to me, but it's clear that she's just another actress. She's not really a authentic person on the show. It's clear she's an actress. She needs to give Kirk and Rashida a storyline. I gotta give it to Kirk and Rashida. I couldn't be able to fake it like that and just be so lame. Like, how you get a fake storyline and you still lame? You could even make up a fake storyline where they brought you to the center and the forefront of the attention. No. And before they use that whole, you still watching us. No, I'm watching for Jocelyn and Stevie. I just have to sit through when you guys on screen. Thankfully, I have a DVR so I can fast forward when you guys on screen. But I watch because, to do these videos. But I honestly, I really would not mind just hitting the fast forward button every time they came on screen, and every time Erica irrelevant ass came on screen. I was happy Erica wasn't in this episode. If she was, I missed her. Was she in this episode? I don't even think Erica was in this one. Good. Don't nobody like that hoe. Rashida. So Ashley's going on this promo tour to Alabama. Alabama. What? No wonder Rashida, old ass, never popped off. Is that what she used to perform? Alabama. What record executive lives in Alabama? What big music scene? What? Nothing against anybody in Alabama. I'm just saying, let's be real. If you live there, that's not like a mecca of music. That's not a place where you automatically think Alabama. Well, that reminds me of the only thing I think of from Alabama is the song Sweet Home Alabama, and they died. So I don't want to reference them. You know what I'm saying? Like a promo tour to freaking Alabama. Maybe that's just one of the places he mentioned, and he just didn't, or one of the places he's going, he just didn't mention the other ones. But if you're going to be going to New York, to California, Alabama, why out of all those cities would you pick, or states would you pick to mention Alabama and that's it? Sit down. Let me look at my notes. Oh, so they're I hate their acting because Rashida's fake bucking on the Ashley girl and fake fighting with Kirk and talking about she's gonna auction off his stuff, and she got her mama and Erica there. Erica was in the episode as a supporting whatever. Anyway, but she got her mama and Erica there talking about, I'm about to sell everything. That's so fake. Ooh. But anyway, Erica showed up and she did give me something. Her little time on screen, that hoe still, her little petty ass still salty about Carly opening up a store, because the entire time Erica was on there listening to Rashida talk about Rashida can't open up her store because Kurt took the money. Erica's like, well, at least you will get your store. I'm just like, and she was like, unlike some fake people I know who don't deserve a store or something like that. I'm just like petty, jealous. You can say whatever you want. Carly Red creates a storyline for herself every season. Okay? So, say what you want about her, but she's one of the reasons I watch. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on from them. It was a little scene. It wasn't an important scene with Mama D and her boyfriend, her fiance Ernest. The only thing that just grossed me out is that she was talking about Ernest sucks her toes. And that was one of the things I wish I would have fast forwarded. Past. I didn't know Mama D was 50. Good, she lived a hard life. Pimping ain't easy. Pimping is not easy if it makes you look like that. Like, dang. Ooh. Mama D, I'm sorry. You just, I don't know. Anyway. So Stevie goes to court, and Jocelyn he's in court in New York City, and Jocelyn was going to stay behind, but she showed up to go to court with him in New York. I thought that was cute. Even if it was planned or set up for the show. I just like Stevie and Jocelyn as characters on this show. I probably wouldn't be able to stand breathing the same air with them if I knew them in real life. But I like them on this show. So we get to that girl prima donna's event with these waist trainers, these struggle trainers, as I call them, struggle trainers. The other irrelevant one, Mimi, shows up for the first time in the episode, and this is like the last scene of the episode, and she's just showing up. Her and her friend Erin is there, and Erin has a girlfriend. And for y'all who didn't know, Erin is Mimi's best friend, who's a lesbian, LGBT support. Yeah. But anyway, they show up at the struggle trainer show. Prima donna, the lady has what's her name? She's got the Jessica dime piece, the one that actually to me looks like a penny piece. She has Jessica dime piece on there, like modeling her waist trainer. That girl put that waist trainer on, and that waist trainer was screaming, "Let me go! I want to be free at last, free at last!" Like it was, oh. And then old girl looked like she couldn't breathe while she was wearing it. I was like, ooh. Anyway, Nico and his wife show up at the event, and they sit like, there's the runway, and Mimi's on one side, and Nico and his wife is on the other. And if looks could kill, Nico and Margaret would be dead, because Mimi was looking at them with like death looks, like daggers, like. Then when the girls walking across, now these the girls walking across, and Mimi ain't even looking at the girl, she looking. You know, so I'm just like, okay, if looks could kill. She tries to act like she don't care, but Mimi gets so mad. But she also gets fidgety. So I think she knows at some point they're gonna say it on camera. You know, Mimi playing the sex tape. They've already said it. They said it in another scene when Mimi wasn't there. They haven't actually said it where Mimi was listening. But I think that's why Mimi on camera gets so fidgety and so mad and tries to talk over Nico every time he starts talking and yelling and cussing, because she doesn't want the truth to come out. I mean, we all know the truth, but she doesn't want it to come out or whatever. They didn't make contact yet. Nico told Margot, you know, let's go say hello, and they said hello, and that's when it was you know, to be continued on the next episode or anything. But the preview for the next episode is why I think Margot plays her role and she's not being innocent, because it looks like she actually confronted Mimi and was like fucking with her. So we'll see. We'll see. That's pretty much the meat of what happened. I was entertained by once again Joseline and Stevie. Sorry, I was, and Carly actually in her little scene. Carly and Joseline and Stevie J's talking heads even make me laugh. But the thing I have about the cast, my problem is the cast is so big. Like you can't even fit everybody in one episode. Like it's too big, and they're big, but not everybody's needed. It's like the old saying, quality over quantity. It's too big of a cast for what they're, you know, the show they're trying to put on. They have so many extra irrelevant people. Like the original cast was Joseline, Mimi, Carly, Rashida, Erica, and K. Michelle. All those people are still there except K. Michelle. But even K. Michelle shows up every now and then, like for guest appearance, you know, just to pop up or whatever. So it's like they don't need these people because the original cast was entertaining. And if the original cast stopped being entertaining, Carly, or the original cast was never entertaining to begin with, Rashida, let them go if you're gonna bring on new people. But bring on new people that I can care about or at least love to hate. Not just people that like they're so irrelevant I don't even hate them, I can just do without them. They've got so many random extra people. They got the monkey girl Kalina. You've got the prima donna girl. You got the Jessica Penny piece. You've got the Ashley Nicole girl. You've got Young Jock's two women. You've got Scrappy's sister. You've got the one whose name escapes me that Mimi was trying to manage because Mimi wanted to be old fake ass music manager. Mimi Foster Management. What? Go sit down. I mean, you just have so many extra people and it takes away from the main cast. You know what I mean? Like it takes away from the storylines that we're actually interested in. I mean, like I said, this episode, it was the very last scene, and that's when Mimi first showed up. That's how you know the cast to be one of the prominent women on the show doesn't show up till the last scene. Same thing with Erica. Erica was in one scene, and the scene had nothing to do with her. She was just there to be on camera, and she is one of the people in the opening credits. So you know that you know your cast is too big when you have like even your people in the opening credits don't even get like a good 10 minutes of screen time. Take a cue out of the Basketball Wives and the let's say the Mob Wives and the Real Housewives books, where they have a set amount of cast members. Like Love and Hip Hop has these six, well, they have 5 women and the 6th spot is filled by Stevie J in the credits, but they focus on too many side people with talking, like with the confessional talking heads and their own storyline. Whereas those other shows, they have a set group like between 5 and 7 main cast members, and they focus on them. All the extra people are on screen, but they don't have confessionals. They don't have their own separate storylines. They don't have their own thing. Take everybody watches the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Take Marlo when she was on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Did she have a confessional? No, but she was in the show. So, and she was a part of the other women's storyline. She didn't have her own storyline, so she enhanced the other people's storylines. But Love and Hip Hop, you gave so many side characters and irrelevant characters their own storylines. It's like now you're taking away, and I feel like you're destroying the show because it's not as entertaining because you're spending too much time on these side people that we don't care about. Let the supporting characters be there for support. Let the main characters be there for that, to be the main people. The only people who have not lost their spot for me with Stevie J, Joseline, and Carly, the entertaining ones. I mean, look at Scrappy. He was a big part of the seasons, like the first 2-3 seasons. Now Scrappy is barely there. His Mama D, has more of a storyline than Scrappy. And Mama D's not even the female that represents Scrappy in the credits. The female that represents Lil Scrappy is Erica. But Mama D is the one that got the majority of the screen time. Erica's barely there. Scrappy's barely there. Like, if they fired Scrappy and Erica, they would keep Mama D. I know they would. So, you know, that's just my issue. Shrink the cast. Shrink the cast. Quality over quantity. That's how I feel like, you know, the show can improve. But that's just my 2 cents, people. I'm glad we got to talk today. Leave your questions, comments. Feel free to subscribe, share, send me money. I accept everything, including food stamps. I don't accept checks because I don't know y'all like that. They might bounce. But that's all. Talk to you later, loves. Peace out.